All right, so we have game number 1 between Argentina and Spain. Does that look better now? Wait a second. No, I can't. Can I not switch? I'm sorry. I have to change the sides, apparently. It's going to be Spain in blue because I have no choice. And then it's going to be Argentina in yellow because I have no choice. I'll see if I can switch that in the future. But yeah, that makes more sense. We'll 14. And we have Tato in the blue. Tato is playing as the Vikings, so he'll go for the flank. And why is my game? Oh, there it is. Then we have Lan in the green, and Lan is playing as the Lithuanians. I personally have absolutely no surprises by this. Tato in team game tournaments with 3v3s and 4v4s, I'd say his best role is playing into archers. In his clan games with GL, his best role was playing with archers. So Lan, kind of on the other side of that, plays very good with stable units. So scouts into knights for him. He's up against FedEx. FedEx is Magyars, a civ that's been getting some real love in this tournament and doing well. And then in the red, we have Manos. Probably the least known player here, unless you watch a lot of rated games. Manos is top 100 and has been playing since the Voobly days, also from Argentina, of course. So Mayans and Magyars against Vikings and Lithuanians. Well, that means on the left side, we'll see a lot of archers, and on the right side, we'll see quite a few scouts. Isn't this Argentina B? It is Argentina B, which is why at the top of the screen, it says Argentina B. I don't know. Maybe I misspoke. I'm not sure. Maybe the title of this stream's wrong, but yeah, Argentina A is Nikov and Kapoch, which we've not yet seen them play, but they are favored to go out of their group. I'm really excited to watch those two play together because Kapoch was gone for 15 years and recently returned and was playing quite well in 1v1s. And Nikov, of course, has been a beast for a very long time. We'll find out. Ooh, okay, so you cannot use your eagle to steal boars in this tournament, but you can use your eagles to attack or block villagers. So Tato very well aware that this eagle's here and what that eagle's up to. And so Tato has his scout around. Now, what makes it awkward for Tato is he still can't fight that eagle off. Eagle has 4 attack. Scout has 3 attack. And the eagle has 44 HP. And the scout now, well, full HP is 45. So it's still not a fight Tato wants to take. But Tato can act like he's going to take the fight. And hello? Bring in the elephant. And then everything's fine. And Manos was a no... Oh! Oh! Tato... we'll now have to wait a little bit more to take that elephant. Also, Masuderman, you resubbed earlier right when I took a break. Thank you for the resub. I see you in chat now. It says, I think Finland and China have the biggest chances of winning since they are teams with insane chemistry. Tato's fighting this. You know, Masuderman, it's not, wouldn't surprise me as the villager paths this way. And Tato with the path. What is happening? What is happening here? I don't understand. Tato with the weirdest Dark Age ever. And now the elephant's angry at her, but he's not. But he is. Sorry, I assumed the elephant's gender, but, you know, I just... It's an angry elephant. That's all we know. But yeah, chemistry is really important. Individual talent, while that's still going to shine through, does not make up for lack of chemistry in some cases. And speaking of the Argentinian teams, that's the big question mark over Nikov and Kapoch. Like, are they going to have good chemistry? All right, well, Tato finally brings in the boars. No barracks for him yet. And no barracks yet for Manos either. Manos with very forward golds, very forward berries, but this gold's fine in the back. And then berries for FedEx also forward. So Argentinian's a bit unlucky with the forward berries. But then again, Tato also has quite a few forward resources, forward berries too. So I expect scouts from FedEx. FedEx will have he is 130 away from reaching feudal, and it's about the same for Land. Land's just slightly faster, and they're both going for 19 pop. FedEx has just come home to push in the ostrich. I always bring this up. But by now, if you've been watching my stream for years, you're used to me being repetitive because I kind of have to be as a caster. So FedEx is a grandmaster in chess, which means very little to me because I am awful at chess. But it is pretty freaking cool because as far as I know, that is extremely rare and very difficult to achieve. But he's a chess pro and still can beast it up in Age of Empires. So see if he can use his strategic knowledge here. So is MBL, yeah, and I'm a top 5 player in the world. I know enough to know that MBL's not good at chess, but I don't know enough about chess. Does that make sense? Monos. Okay, 2 lumber camps. I was worried for a second. 3 on gold. Yep, so this is an archer build. And Tato will probably have... Ooh, wait a second. Oh, Tato's going man-at-arms. Oh, boy. Monos is about to feel lots of pain. Because Lan has brought the scout forward with Tato. And Tato's going to go man-at-arms. And Monos has very exposed berries and very exposed woodline. If this isn't walled in, expect villagers to die. This is what Monos can see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a very angry Spaniard here in blue. You should have let him eat his elephant. Listen, if you want to lame, but do not deny a man's food. Because if they're not... You know how he gets when he's not able to eat. We all get like that when we're hungry. Tato, eat a Snickers. That'd be a perfect spot. Oh, man. Hidden Cup 4. We have to get Snickers sponsorship. And when a boar is stolen, we can be like, Katyan Khan, eat a Snickers. You're not the same when you're hungry. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, it'd only be slightly worse than Prismata. Look at all the green coming forward. So they're really putting pressure on against Monos. But I will say Monos hasn't lost a villager yet. All things considered, Monos is doing a decent job. We now have scouts going over here from FedEx. So he's arrived to Land's base. And Land's not completely walled yet. Blacksmith for Monos because Monos wants to get fletching. But Monos has exposed villagers everywhere. And yeah, this is... I think we're seeing the level difference already. Just the smothering pressure teams can bring in when you're looking at the highest level players. In terms of individual rankings, you have Tato, who's, in my eyes, top 10 player for sure on his day. Oh, God. I still think he's top 5 if you're talking not just Arabia. As he breaks through and kills one villager, and Lan will kill the next. You have Lan, who's top 25 player on all maps, I'd say. And then you have FedEx, who's top 100. Monos, who's top 100. So definitely, if you were to make a tier list, they would be on very different tiers. And Monos, he's Mayans. It's one of the strongest civs. You want those archer numbers to be high. Tato hasn't even needed to send his archers forward yet. He's going to be completely walled with fantastic Viking eco. What about Tatito Dorito sponsorship? That'd be funny. Listen, all I'll say, I have become the guy who announces announcements. I'll admit it, all right? I used to deny it. That is definitely me nowadays. All I'll say is there will be a special announcement before the year is over. It has nothing to do with food, either. I don't want to hide it too long from you guys. You catch my drift. There's a hole here for FedEx. FedEx needs to check that. Otherwise, that could be rough. But for now, the Argentinians are pressuring Tato. And Tato just popped out immediately and said, boink! And picked off the weak scout. That was sick. Tato, no fletching yet. But fletching completed now. The fletching is in for Monos already. Oh, the scouts from Lan! Lan kills 2? Or maybe just 1 villager there. But still, villagers off of gold means that Monos can't make archers. Tato will just wall behind, and I think this might be the opportunity for Lan to come over here now. He either continues to pressure the gold, or he has to group up with Tato and try and trap this army. So Monos, after pestering Tato in the Dark Age, is probably regretting it now. T90 brand salmon. I mean, I'd be down. I would be so down, even just for the memes. If they gave me one free meal of salmon a year, I would take a salmon sponsorship just for the memes. I don't really care for sponsorships and all that unless it's something I really believe in. But geez, give me salmon.
Going to spoil announcement. Finals going to be played on pants.
What? Yeah, it's going to be the entire cup where all maps are named after articles of clothing. There's a lot more scouts here for land than there are for FedEx. 8 archers make it 9 archers for Manos. And Tato on 7, so the Spaniards choose to just move away. FedEx really worried now that his teammate's going to be overwhelmed, so he's getting bloodlines, hoping that will make the difference. But I think now they realize, uh-oh, it might be coming towards FedEx, and FedEx just scouted that, so he's signaled to Manos, come help me, brother. Good teamwork, honestly, and good tracking from FedEx to see where that is. A lot of times you don't realize until they're on your walls already. Meanwhile, LAN is on the way to Castle Age, so mission accomplished for Spain because they've done damage, they haven't fallen behind, and now they can press their advantage home, whether that be with economy or knights in Castle Age. Same goes for Tato. Tato is about to click up to Castle. And there he goes. So both Manos and FedEx behind with the uptimes and with the current military situation. At least with the control, anyways. Okay, there's no holes here. Thankfully, FedEx has already walled that. FedEx doesn't lose a villager. And Tato... What did I say about him during Battle of Africa? He's so good with keeping armies on the run. Getting time with his armies, and they end up taking the fight here. I don't love the fight because LAN took it before scale barding, but what Tato did was focus down as many archers as possible, and in the end, this is going to be better for Argentina, and both Argentinians are now on the way to Castle Age. Overall, I mean, Manos is in a tough position, being wide open, not even trying to wall, which I don't understand. Yeah, Manos, like, easy wall here, wall, wall, wall. Why not? Why no walls? I do like 3 ranges, though, for Manos. And Manos will like the fact that he has more archers right now. Now, do you think LAN sends his knights to Manos, or do you think his knights go to FedEx? I think it makes sense to lower the archer numbers for Manos. That way, Tato's in a better position. There we go. Here comes some walls for Manos. And there are the 2 stables for LAN. Also, LAN could go for relics later on as Lithuanians. But LAN going for a 3 town center boom. Oof. So crazy economy. And he's putting his foot on the gas with knight production, but not to the point where he'll get +2 right away. Not to the point where he's going to be able to overwhelm. They know they're ahead. They want to stay ahead. And the knights are coming directly over to Manos as I expected. Oh my god, what happened here? Okay, LAN just lost a villager. Is there a hole? Oh, there's a hole there. Alright. And FedEx super close to sniping that villager. Doesn't get it. So 1 villager goes down for LAN. Sloppy and unexpected, I'm sure, but not the end of the world. Manos with 4 archer ranges. Oh my god. Honestly, I respect it. I respect it big time because you know you're probably going to die at this stage unless you go crazy. So 4 archer ranges, not forward archer ranges. Tato has 16 military. Manos has 26. But how do you produce out of 4 ranges if you don't have golds? There's Manos making the university for an eventual ballistics upgrade. Tato's probably booming on a 2nd TC. Yup, so... The Spanish team is going to have way more economy. The only way that FedEx and Manos win this one is with more military pressure. Tato choosing to stay here gets a pick off. And they kept Manos off gold for a considerable period of time. Maybe they'll stay here. They're also waiting to see if FedEx arrives. FedEx is over here on the right. This is 1-day shipping. It's taken a bit. But still pretty speedy. Oh, the micro from Tato with less numbers. So sick. But still a situation where they should probably leave. I don't know about that. They have more knights. They have the hill with slightly less crossbows, and Tato's micro seems really good. So, yeah, they'll stay on that hill. And if this hill is lost, Argentina will lose the game. They might win if Tato spills Doritos on his keyboard. No. Tato has a dog. What you need to do is you need to, like, somehow get that dog on your side. Dogs are easy to pay off. You just have to give them treats. So if you can get to Tato's dog, they'll start barking at him or bite him or something. And then, and only then, will Tato lose those crossbows. But if the dog doesn't get involved, I'm not so sure. You've got to get Tato's sister involved in that scheme. 56 villagers for Tato and Lan, and 43. Oh, and there's a hole! No! Age of holes! FedEx did not order that. Ouch. And they were really surprised by the fact that they were coming over here as well. I think what happened was he deleted a house because he accidentally had knights in here that he needed to send forward. This is some crazy damage. And back comes FedEx to deal with this. He's Magyar, so he has way more attack. Actually, not way more at this point. Still like to see Lan get some relics. There's 2 out there you could get. Ah, man. More crossbows than Tato, but you have to come home. This is bad. Bad for Argentina B. This tournament has had more holes than Swiss cheese. I'm not sure. I've seen some pretty holy Swiss cheese, but it's nerves, guys. Having played, it's nerves. You're nervous. You're trying to do too many things at once. You just don't check the small things, and it ends up being a big deal. All right, so this is still the opportunity for Argentina. Because of the archer numbers, they have a chance. 14 knights for FedEx, 13 knights for Lan, so that's even. Here we have 40 crossbows against 14, and there's a lot more crossbows coming out across the map. I don't think these crossbows need to deal with this, though. Those crossbows need to go forward against Tato. Reminder that Manos is still on just one town center. So full-on 1 TC play. The Eagle's actually healing in the town center, which is cute. Lan will probably start adding the 3rd and 4th stables around now. Yep, there's the 3rd's already up. The 4th is up. As you watch these games, keep an eye on vill counts. And for the knight player, it's normally around 65 or 70 vills. You start to see the 3rd and 4th stable for more production. FedEx doesn't really have the luxury to do that. In fact, FedEx is struggling to produce out of the 3 he has currently. We opened up with 3, I guess. This is going to be all about the crossbow numbers, and Tato is now on the way to imp with 32 on this hill. Like, do you see how they just ran? And now they have an advantage, and they'll just camp the hill? I think Argentina has to force this fight. But I don't know if they win the fight if they do. That's the problem. At the very least, this fight is 50-50. And if the fight's 50-50, Argentina's done. You have 34 crossbows against Tato's 32. Yeah, and Lan's right next to the stables. This is a huge fight for Tato and Lan, and probably the game-winning fight. Because FedEx and Manos will know that we don't have TCs. We haven't done any damage to Tato. It's so good, man. That army was in... Think about the army control you have to be able to accomplish this. The army of crossbows and knights that you saw here started here. So it took Manos off of gold and killed villagers. Then went into FedEx's base. Took him off of gold and killed villagers. Then ran all the way back over here to the hill and then won the fight. It's the worst to play against. It's not just frustrating. It's the worst to play against Winter Hell because it's so good. Because you can never counterattack because you're constantly worried about that one army that was really well played from Spain. Not seeing any imperfections in their gameplay, and the score is now 1-0. Why didn't Lan say GG? Because people, man, I don't know if people are looking for drama. But you do realize if GG is said after the players resign, you can't see it then because the recorded game's done. All right? He probably just said GG half a second later after the resignations came in. Lan never says GG. Where are you getting this information from? I played Lan 3 days ago. He said GG. I suppose when the game is that much of a stomp, you have to look for something else to talk about. So for that reason, I understand it. That was just domination from Spain. And now, like many teams have done, if they feel like they're at a disadvantage in skill, they go for arena. Frickin' arena. It all comes back to this map. So again, I mean, no disservice to any arena-only players out there. Maybe you accept this. But I feel like... I feel as though the reason we see underdogs pick arena is because it's less about overall skill and more about the strategy on arena. And maybe the Grandmaster in chess has a fantastic strategy for his team going into this arena game. I shouldn't assume, actually, that it's arena. Let's see, scoreboard's updated. This is Group H, right? Yeah, cool. I shouldn't actually assume that it's arena, because it could actually be Valley as well. And, okay, it's arena. Let's go. As an arena player, that hurts. I'm sorry, Reverend. At the high level, it's true. All right? It's like type a 1 in chat if you think Black Forest is a freaking amazing map. This is the perfect example. Type a 1 in chat if you think Black Forest is awesome. Okay, a lot of people are typing 1. I understand why Black Forest is fun. But for competitive players, Black Forest doesn't become as fun as you get experienced, right? So it's kind of like that with Arena, where I'm not talking down on Arena. I actually really like it for the strategy. But if you have these micro nerds in Spain, and you're Argentina, and you feel like you're good because of the strategy, you pick Arena, right? Close it up. Like, don't allow them to end you in Dark Age. So Tato's in the blue. Tato's playing as Mongols. Okay. And then in the green, we have Lan. Lan is playing as the Khmer. First time we've seen Khmer on Arena so far in this tournament, even though I think it's top tier Civ on it. In the yellow, we have FedEx. FedEx is playing as the Celts. And then in the red, we have Teutons. And oh my god, the potential here is sick. Both Teutons and Celts get Siege Onager. You have the conversion resistance bonus on your side. You have one Civ getting some of the best infantry upgrades. One Civ getting some of the best siege upgrades. One Civ getting one of the best paladin Civs. I mean, the Teuton Paladin's still up there. So, late game, I feel as though Teutons and Celts are actually better. Especially if you consider that Khmer probably want to go elephants, and Celt and Teuton Halbs would probably be very good against those elephants. However, it's worth mentioning Mongols. Mongols, Siege Onager. What am I talking about, Siege Onager? No, what I meant to say was Mangadai. They shred Siege Onager. Mangadai shred Halbs. There's not a lot that Mangadai don't kill with good micro. So, getting to Mangadai is going to be tough. But it's also going to be tough to get to elephants. It's also going to be tough to get to Siege Onager. So, yeah, this could go any direction. I expect fast castles, so if you had questions about the tournament, this would be a good time. I can maybe answer a few of those. Also, I should probably do the streamer thing and say thanks to Grebo for the 6 months. And Ponciliana, who says thanks for existing. You can thank my mom for that. I really had no choice in the matter. I suppose my dad as well. Yeah, thank my parents for that, but I'm happy to exist on the internet for you to watch content. Sty True, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you, Jop, for the 3 months. Does Doubt have no teammate? Doubt can't read the sign-up schedule, apparently. I wanted Doubt to play. Doubt apparently wanted to play. Sign-ups were open for 3 weeks. And he didn't sign up in time. So, it's the most Doubt thing you'll probably ever see. But, he and Hiko would have made things interesting. I'm not sure they would have been favored to go too deep into the tournament, but bit of a bummer there. Yeah, Doubt missing the deadline is so Doubt, to be honest. Yeah. Very Doubt. Khmer is such a good arena civ when you're going fast castle. You don't need to build those required buildings, so you can get an extra minute or two ahead of everyone else to that boom. So, I think we do have the schedule for tomorrow. Let me just do something real quick. Not going to show it on stream, but I want to see All right, I'll read off the schedule for tomorrow if you guys are curious. So starting at the same time tomorrow, we have China B, who is Tim and CL, against UKA. Then we have Canada A against Canada B. Argentina A versus Chile B. And then Brazil A versus Turkey to end the day. And then we're still, like, we're playing it day by day because it depends when games are finished. But those are the 4 sets for tomorrow. We'll have more casted midweek. Group stage, there's going to be a ton of games. I'll be live a lot. And then the round of 16 is in a few weeks. I also have to find time to train and play my games as well. So lots of Age of Empires for me this week. I wonder if maybe you'll see Teuton's Celts go Monk Siege. I don't know. It seems risky. I feel like you set your eco too far back if you try it. I know FedEx is a really good arena player. And also, yes, Tato did win the tournament called Clown Cup, which is an arena tournament. So Tato's, of course, fine on arena. Are there any water maps in this tournament? There's one, I guess you could call pure water map in Team Islands. Yes. We saw some Team Islands. Also, some teams will ban Team Islands. There's also Nomad, which I'd consider more of a hybrid map, but that also incorporates a lot of water. Technically, Valley has water, but yeah, that's never used. You should gift subs if Canada wins. Well, one of the Canadian teams is going to win. I think Canada A is, you know, like Vietnam A, like China A, like a lot of the A's. Those teams are expected to go through.
Yo.
Except for USAA. Sad times. Well, I mean, we'll see. We've got some sets to play yet. I think we'll surprise some people. No Austrian team with Leary? There is an Austrian team. Leary didn't sign up, Steffi. So, like, I've thought about this. Would you guys rather have teams sign up who are dedicated and really interested in the series and practice? Or would you rather have just big names sign up? Like Leary, for example. I don't think Leary would have really practiced much. I don't think he would really care too much. So it's almost good for the event that he doesn't play. I mean, it'd be better for viewers. But if he's not going to care, that's probably why he didn't end up signing up with Austria. I was bummed. But also, I wouldn't want Leary to just show up and not play his best, right? He would have had LB10. LB10 is close to top 100. I don't know how in shape he is. So Austria could have played well with that, but... I remember 2018 2v2 World Cup. Leary was on the Austrian team and kind of barely played, so he might just be not motivated to play in these types of tournaments. Sorry if I missed the info. Silver League teams question mark come from losers from the main league. Well, Silver League has a ton of teams. I think it's 160 teams. So it's not just losers from the main league, but yeah, some losers from the main league do drop down. Correct. I would recommend looking at Liquipedia. I think it explains the structure there, or AoE Zone. Do you know why Kazva didn't participate for Turkey? I don't. No, he's been playing games recently. Again, I don't... Some players, I don't know if they don't have, like, buddies they want to play with. Like, Leary's too busy winning massive tournaments. You know, maybe Leary wants a break. This is only a $30,000 tournament. Leary's like, oh, 30,000? What? But in the case of other players, I would really have liked to seen some of those players compete. Not much happening right now. Tato is on stone. So it looks to me like Tato wants to drop a castle. He's the only player on stone.
Twitch Prime, I think it was.
So Mangadai sooner rather than later for Tato. Thank you, Bigilla. It's been good games so far. Yeah. It's team 2, so shoot, man, it's only a $15,000 tournament. Well, it's, I think currently first place in the finals gets something like 7 or 8K. Because we have a pretty kind split throughout the tournament. I don't want it to be top heavy where just the winners get a lot of money. So that would be $3,500 for a couple weeks of games. 2 years ago, people would have been freaking out. The 2018 World Cup had a prize pool of $1,300 total. Total. Imagine that. $1,300 total, and it wasn't Microsoft contributing. It was crowdfunded. So yeah, things have changed a lot. Yeah, Kazva has military service. That's true. Maybe he didn't have the time to commit. I know he's been playing 1v1s, but he probably is doing it after everything he has to do. I like how Tato's adding the second TC and the third TC before building the castle. Because you don't want to fall too far behind in villagers. You'll still be on stone and have stone banked up to drop a castle and get Mangadai out. As for Lan, Lan's looking at 32 villagers. Tower of Khmer. Like you have a guaranteed Vill lead with Khmer on Arena because you don't have to build the required buildings to go up. You just get castle lead so much faster. If you ever were to play something like Wonder Race, Khmer's easily top tier. There's not even an argument, right? Just because you don't have to build those buildings, you're just going to go so fast. So fast through the ages. Now, it can present some awkward situations if you need a market because you're getting pressured and you need to buy res or sell res. You don't have it because you normally don't build one. What? Okay, well, he's building a market. But, you know, it was in the plan to build the market. Other example would be, if you need a blacksmith for upgrades, you know. But yeah, it's going to be well calculated, and you probably wouldn't defend with a blacksmith or a market against siege, which is the only real threat on Arena, so not that big a deal. What's the plan here for Monos and FedEx? 4 TCs for Monos. One of these guys has to go Siege Onager. The question is, do you go Celt Siege Onager or Teuton Siege Onager? I feel like Celts is better. Have Celts go Halb and SO, and then have Teutons go Paladin. Is this the worst Arena game ever? No army? Have you watched Arena, my friend? Well, team game Arena. I'd say 3v3s and 4v4s, you actually see a lot of military. But in 2v2s, it largely depends on the civs. We saw Camel Archers and Conks in Castle Age earlier. We saw Knights in Castle Age earlier. Yeah, these guys are just booming. Oh! And Tato is gonna drop a castle! He's like, ha! Eat that, fool! So Tato is going to drop a forward castle. Now this is fascinating because there's pros and cons to this situation. The pro is you pressure the boomer. The con is you're building a forward castle with a civ where you need castles long term. If that castle goes down at some point, that's no bueno. So I suppose we'll find out. Tata will take as much of that gold as possible and start attacking. Now, I notice Monos has most of his stones exposed. So I don't know how he realistically defends from this. Except for more walls. Yeah, so this is pretty good because now Monos can't take this stone and this other stone is outside the walls. So it's not like you can drop a castle defensively and then go imp and treb that down. But everything's pretty even in terms of the stats there at the top. And I believe Lan will go elephants, but maybe he goes heavy scorpion. Maybe if FedEx is expecting him to go elephants and FedEx goes for halberdiers, maybe he just goes heavy scorpion. I would love to see mass scorpions with Khmer. No game time on new capture age. It's right here. Right below all the other statistics. Yeah, I think it used to be down here, so I can understand why you're confused by that. What's your overall take on this 2v2 team game capture age version, chat? Keep in mind, this is a preview version of the overlay. So it's a version that will be changed in the future. I can't say how or when or what that would be, but I personally feel like it's growing on me for team games. I'll be real. Like, the amount of times I'm looking up here for Vill counts and military counts, so much higher than it was when I started with this, so it took time for me to get used to. But for 1v1s, I don't like it. This is the best way to show all player resources, probably. So for team games, I like this a lot. For 2v2s, at least. Yeah, I'd like to see unit production be a bit more clear. I think there's some information that's too much. Like, I don't care about value up here. How many people even know what this number means? I guess it just spoiled it. So it's a little bit too much sometimes. But for 1v1s, the Hidden Cup 3 casting overlay is all I would ever need. I don't need all the extra stats that they added to the 1v1s. And I've expressed that to them, so... I think it'd be good to have options. So if you want all the super specific data, you can add it. And if you don't want it, then you don't have to. And again, I've expressed that to them, so we'll see. I also feel like the text is a bit, like, it's not very clean. Or it's not, it seems a bit faded, you know? Like, even the coloration could be a bit better, so. But yeah, overall, I think this at the top, this here, is really nice for me. This has been really nice for me to explain things for you guys. And, oh! Mangonel gets a shot. And we have defensive Mangonels here from Monos. Lan accidentally typed something. And Tato with another castle. Tato is not on the way to Imp yet, though. But that castle does deny the gold. And Tato's also been mining this gold. So, that much is nice. Lan adding some knights. So he wants to go Cavalier? Maybe they want to kill Monos really fast. That would make sense. If you just break through here and kill Monos before FedEx can get to enough Siege Onagers and Halberdiers. Yeah. That's it. Kill the Teuton player before the Celt player can get everything that they want. It takes forever to get to Halb and Siege Onager. It's very expensive. Petards! Let's go! Does Monos see that? Monos can't see it. Monos is about to hit Imp. Monos has lost quite a few villagers on gold. Where are they going right now? Are they going over to FedEx? Or are they being extra sneaky? That's 3 petards. So that's enough to break through a stone wall and weaken another stone wall. You only need 2 for regular stone wall. It would be 3 for a fortified wall. Oh, man. Monos is going to lose everything, isn't he? Oh, there's the signal. FedEx is like, look. Be careful. And quick wall. Wait, did Tato just use all petards against that? No, he still has one. And boom! Oh, it wasn't needed. It's alright. He gets to keep his life. This is perfect. Now Mangonel defense won't work well at all. The Cav will be upgraded soon. Plate Barding and Cavalier will come in for Monos. Tato micring down what he can while he can. We actually have a Mangonel or a Siege Workshop quick wall behind for Monos, which is pretty funny because the petard is there. So the petard could just be used now. And Monos has more idle villagers than he would want to have. Let's just put it that way. Lan now knocking on the door. Oh, the petard got shot by the TC, and when it was killed, it damaged the workshop. Only 79 villagers after going 4 TCs, Monos. And just feels like the map control for Spain yet again. The pressure from Spain just smothering Argentinians. Oh, and this one tile gap is... this is so frustrating. These Mangadai are unkillable now. You can't kill them. Not with Cavalier. So they'll stay there forever. Wow. So castle drop into petards into big Cavalier rush, and FedEx is over here. Well, FedEx is going to try and kill Lan at least. Lan is sending a lot forward, and now we have Halberdiers and Onagers. But is that going to be enough now that Tato's imping, and Tato can just make Mangadai to counter that? Very difficult micro scenario for Tato against Celt Onagers, but I think Monos is dead, and again, just clinical from Spain, a team that's expected to win the group handily. I almost said handsomely. Not saying that Tato and Lan aren't handsome, but that's not the saying. Oh, the Mangadai are going to leave now? Tato's like, hey, Lan's here now. I can go home. Wait for the imp upgrades. Yeah, the only way that Argentina B win this is if they do a significant amount of damage to land and probably get Siege Onager as well. I think you need SO to combat Tato's Magadai. And then Monos. I mean, Monos definitely isn't going to be able... Monos can't even kill the Cavalier that are in his base right now. He's got 40 idols out of 60 villagers. He's pretty much out of the game. Tato with another castle. That will be 4 castles to produce Magadai out of. And so the Arena Clown strategy was attempted. It's not looking good right now. Micro. 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 This is before imp upgrades. Micro. 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 Imagine if these are elite. Winning handsomely is actually the correct phrase. Wait, really? Okay. People were spamming about Land's base. There were 2 halberdiers in there, so he got through, but FedEx couldn't do much. I thought it was... It's not handsomely, right? It's handily. Or is it handsomely? I don't know. Maybe it's both. I've heard it both ways. Ah, okay. Well, Monos calls the GG. And, of course, the GGs will have come in from the other players, Drama Seekers. And the score is 2-0. So on the last best of 5 of the day, Spain are looking like they're going to make this a quick one for everybody. It's another game where I think you can't just boom. In this tournament, you cannot just boom. You need to make military. Earlier today, we saw an arena game where we saw conquistadors, knights, and camel archers. So to just decide to go full boom, I don't know. You can't expect to have the time that you're going to need for the full boom to work. And that was still really well played from Tato and Land. Just castle drop Mono's stone so he can never build a defensive castle. And then break through the walls and send all those Cavalier right into his base. That kind of gave me flashbacks from that "we just won the tournament" meme, which so many people here don't know about from, I think it was a 2v... I forget if it was 2v2 arena or a 2v2 tournament a few years ago. But long story short, my good buddy Metal was playing with someone, and it was against Doubt and someone. I forget the names. And Metal's team broke into Doubt's allies' base. And as, like, of course we had in-game chat back then, right? So as they were raiding that person's base, and I thought winning the game, Metal says, "We just won the tournament." And then Doubt came back and beat them 1v2. That's a classic. And that little raid there reminded me of that, because that's kind of what Metal did to Doubt's teammate. Yeah, we just won the tournament, and then they lost. Exactly. Oh, man. If someone remembers what tournament that was, it was with Stefan. Of course it was. I want to find that recorded game. That should go to YouTube. I've just spoiled the ending, but that's too good to not be memorialized in some type of a video. Gladiators of Arena. Nimino, I will gift 5 subs to the stream if you find the recorded game for that. Actually, if anyone finds the recorded game for that, I'll gift 5 subs to the stream. Or I suppose if you're not subbed, I'll gift a sub to you. There we go. Make it even more interesting. Stefan's in chat. What's up, Stefan? Sorry to bring that up. Okay, so score is now 2-0 for Spain. And let's speculate a bit. So it will be on Valley, a map we've seen before, and a map that's played like Arabia. The only difference I'd say is that there's not near as many hills, so it can actually lead to teams being more even, because Arabia games can be won or lost with hills. So maybe this one's going to be the longer of all the games we've seen so far. And I didn't eliminate game 1 civs either. Game 1 was Arabia. It was Vikings, I think, for Tato. Vikings Chinese. And then it was Mayans and Magyars, right? And then that game we had Celts. And we had the Teutons. And we eliminate Spain's civilizations. They had Mongols. Boop. And why am I... Okay, come here. I don't know what's wrong. It's been a long day. Packy found it? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's gift some subs to the stream. Thank you, Packy. I don't know if Packy was the first one. Oh, you know what's really mean of me? I said that if you weren't subbed and you linked it, that I would gift you a sub. But if you're not subbed, you can't link in chat without getting timed out. Wait a second. Wait a second. Who was first? We banned them. Oh no. Wait, mods, if you find out here, let me gift 5 subs because chat deserves it today. If you find out who was first and they did not receive a sub, I'll gift it to them, okay? I feel bad about that. But I'm sorry. We have that for spam protection, not to be mean to the people who aren't subbed. But this is random, and I hope you guys enjoy the sub if you do receive it, all right? Alex gifted a sub to Stefan, too. Thanks. All right, enjoy the emotes. And let's keep moving to game number 3. Game number 3 is on Valley. Spain look way too good right now. Can they be beaten? We'll find out. Here's the overlay, and everything's looking snazzy. Tato as the Vietnamese. Again, the archer role for his team. Then across the way, we have Lan playing as the Huns. Against Lan, we have Manos. Manos is playing as the Ethiopians. And then we have FedEx playing as the Indians. Ooh. Indians. I've been meaning, like, I really want to pay close attention to how dominant Indians are in this tournament. Because in practice games, a lot of people were globally banning Indians. I haven't been that convinced with the Civ yet. I don't think Indians is really dominated today, right? We saw the first set of the day, which by far was the best set of the day. Rewatch every single game if you can, between Germany B and Poland A. I think game 5, there's Indians for Poland, but Indians had some struggles there. And then thinking back to other sets, yeah, I mean, Indians seem good, but they're not necessarily OP in 2v2s. Yeah, Indians versus Saracen combination can be pretty interesting, but again, the thought was Indians will be globally banned all the time because it's so good, and no one wants to risk letting the enemy get them. And this will be an example of how good Indians can be because FedEx and Monos might need a bit of an edge to beat Spain. Lan, scouting the enemy, sees the sheep and says, okay, you're going to the corner. This is not because Lan doesn't want Monos to eat. It's because he doesn't want the sheep to be eaten. Get it right. So if you ever steal sheep from somebody and they get pissed at you and say, give me back my sheep, say, no, no, no. This is to save them. This is not to take for myself. Nice move from Lan. Very nice move. So I expect archers from Monos, and I expect scouts from Lan. And the last time we saw this was Game 1 Arabia, and Lan sent scouts with Tato's archers directly to Monos' base. They 2v1 someone early feudal. Got a big lead and then extended that lead, ending it in Castle Age. Ooh. Is Tato waiting for that elephant to come in to block the villager? This seems intentional. Look at this. Nod your head if you're going to lame. You're kidding. Nod your head if you're going to lame. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so this is a laming scout. Oh, wow, 2 nods. All right, definitely going to be a lame. And what Tato will try and do is wait for the elephant to come in. And then when he sees the elephant, he's constantly looking at this. And he's going to run out.
1 month. So that's a long time. T90 onk, T90
what the? All right, so Tato's not MBL confirmed. We just determined that. If this was Hidden Cup, we'd know it wasn't MBL. He must have been doing something else. And Tato, funny enough, bringing in the elephant, and FedEx is pretty close to blocking, but FedEx will probably go this way, if FedEx won't see it. So just to restate the rules of the tournament, you cannot steal elephants and rhinos with your scout, but pretty much everything else is fair game. You can steal it or kill it with villagers. You can steal sheep. You can steal goats. You can attack scouts like Tato's doing now. And, or Tato's not doing it. Tato's keeping the villager alive. In the end, FedEx ends up running away. Tato will send the villager to a new job. No barracks yet for the archer players. Man, this bug is really bothering me, and it's such a small bug, but I have to talk about it again. Watch what happens. So I'm pretty sure Land's going to have an elephant that's already being eaten at home. When I go to his screen, you're going to hear it die. See? There's only 80 food left. Why do I hear it die? If anything, I want less death in my life. So I've already seen this elephant, so it won't happen. What about this? Oh, no, there's no elephant anymore. But yeah, anytime you don't hear an elephant, you're not on the part of the screen when the elephant dies, and you go to that area, you hear it die. And I've only started picking up on this over the last month or two. So I don't know if it's been happening like that for a year or what. But it's like, of all the bugs to fix, it's not as big a deal, but it still bothers me. Literally feature because it was in the original game? No, there's no way. There's no way it was like that in the original game. Maybe on HD. If you count HD as the original, maybe. I refuse to believe that happened on User Patch. User Patch would have fixed that in a heartbeat. Walls for monos taking this back, golds. This is a really nice base layout. The wood line can't be ranged by anything.
34 months already.
Is this
Time
Fast
flying
Castle?
by. This tournament is amazing.
Oh,
Less than
boy.
3T90 love.
So, Monos is going Fast Castle, which basically leaves FedEx out here on his own. Could work. We will see. User patch not original game, though? I mean, I guess it... There's been so many versions of this game, it depends. I think Tata wins this. What? How did... Okay, Tata loses the scout. I consider Voobly original because it wasn't any Steam edition. It wasn't any remaster. But yeah, obviously there were some changes made to that. So yes, it's true. Maybe it was like that back in 99. But should it be like that when it wasn't like that before DE on the versions that a lot of people were playing anyways? Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and test. Now I'm curious. But FedEx is going to make scouts. And Monos gets plus 100 food and plus 100 gold when he gets to the next stage and is probably going Fast Castle crossbows here. Which will lead to Land having to come over here to pressure and stop the walls. Which Land should be able to do comfortably. And then Tato coming in here with Militia. So Deja Vu with the 2v1 pressure. That said, I say Deja Vu, but Monos took some real losses. FedEx is actually walling and should be able to wall all of this before this gets too crazy. It was definitely delayed there. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. Because he'll try and get walls up here, but also needs more HP on this. Otherwise, it'll go down. Yeah. Oh, my God. No, 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 no. How now, brown cow? No. Oh, jeez, that was so bad. And I think it was the couple seconds where FedEx wasn't walling as the scout was chasing. Because then he could get enough HP on the Palisades, and that never happens. Tato with one archery range follow-up. Land just walling up. No real threat coming from the enemy. Archery range and blacksmith for Monos, which is all expected because he's going Fast Castle and actually has a good civ for it and good resources right now. And house now for FedEx, but he's building 2 houses as walls. And overall, it's expected. If your ally's not offering any help in feudal age, it's expected you're going to have some craziness going on. This villager...
So sad Samsung Smart TVs stopped supporting the Twitch app. Frowns hard for me to catch streams now. Oh, wait a second. Click. Well, there's a hole between the mill and the palisade. This villager walked around. There's a hole right there. Tell me FedEx checked that. Oh! And oh, pain is all I see. Pain is all I expect. Pain is all I know. And now there's a spearman with 2 archers coming. Jeez. Oh, wait, quick wall? Worth it? He wasn't that important. He smelled. It's worth to get rid of him. Okay, villager goes down. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess, for FedEx. It could have been way worse for FedEx. Because if the archers and the spears were in there... It would... Oh, never mind. It just got worse. Because now, what do you need
How many scout numbers do you need to fight 2 spearmen or 2 archers and a spearman? You need like 3 or 4. So you have to make more scouts or get some type of support. Well, let's look over here now. We've got 2 ranges for Manos. It might be worth letting FedEx die if you can then kill Lan. And Lan's going Stonewall. This is a really good reaction to this. It's also very expensive. But if you're expecting to get pressured, the feudal-age walls are going to go down to crossbows. But if there's stonewalls, those stonewalls should be fine. Now, wood lines could still be ranged, like this one. But that's not that big a deal. And Tato is just choosing to go for house walls at home. So here goes Manos. Now, Manos did just scout that Lan is stonewalling. So Manos is sending the archers over to Tato. Tato adding house. Tato will add a house. Tato add a house, and lots of houses. Here, Tato's sending 3 more archers forward. Microing them. And losing them. But there's still this awkward little army here to deal with. Can Manos break Tato? Lan still isn't clicked up to Castle Age, right? Oh, wait, here we go. Lan's close. Tato's not so close. What if this works? This actually works. The 2 dots under the age on the overlay show if someone has the buildings required to go to the next age. And then the progress bars, the resources to go to the next age. I personally don't like that. Like, I get it. If you understand it, you can see it, but these are competitive players, right? You know, and the caster should be able to point those things out naturally. So I don't like that it's up there because it makes it more busy. But I'm also super particular. Well, finally, as the villager goes down, a FedEx clears up Tato, but it took a lot. And here we have Manos probably making the right decision to just attack the palisades in the house, because anywhere else you go, Tato's probably double housed or yeah, exactly. So do as much damage as fast as possible. And now Tato has the stonewall. But it's also not a very difficult stonewall to pull off here. Maybe in this area, but elsewhere the stonewalls should go up. If they go up, I think maybe Lan will go crazy with knights. This reminds me of 2015 Voobly Arabia games. So many players would go full stonewall into a gate with stone into knights. And cav archers in the Hun War days. Yeah, like I said, I like the idea of it, but I think it's too much, that's all. Another archery range for Tato, so both Tato and Lan will be in Castle H. And it's not the case for Argentina, but holy crossbow numbers. And also Manos, he's going to be 3 town centers. Okay, this sounds nuts, but I think Manos should back up now. Because you know you have a pretty good eco lead. You don't want to lose your numbers. Wait till you have 35-40 and then get really bold. So here I think you continue to mass, you get ballistics. He does have ballistics already, I assume. And just stay away from someone's base where you can get trapped. But I guess the problem is when you're no longer knocking on the door, then Tato can just go over and kill FedEx. So FedEx is still 2 minutes away from Castle Age. Not too bad. Why does Castle Age have 4 dots? Good question. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I don't need the dots. Even if we know what it is, I don't, as a caster, I just don't know if it's necessary for me. So if I had a button and I could just go boop and, you know, remove it. Maybe it's the circle's the castle, if a castle's up. And then the other dots are like if you have monastery, siege workshop, or university. You like the dots? That's the other thing that kind of worries me. With a preview version, if I show things that I don't like, and then everyone gets addicted to those things, and then I remove them because they annoy me, then people are going to be annoyed with me. The life of a caster. Of course you like the dots. In-game might be might be quite nice, yeah, for people who are learning. Tato will go directly to FedEx. And so Monos did what I felt like might not be a bad play. But now Monos has a slow comp, and oh no! Well, could be worse, I suppose. Here comes Monos to save the day. More crossbows than Tato. Does have to deal with quite a few knights from Lan. Economically speaking, Lan's only 5 villagers behind Monos. And Tato is ahead of FedEx, and FedEx will contribute little with military. Especially now that that stable will go down. Right. Oh, ballistics was not in yet. Interesting. Well, then that's more of a reason to not take any big engagements. This is the closest game of the series so far, if you ask me. Maybe Mono's just sticking to his roots, walling up, playing it a bit like he does 1v1 sometimes. These players do both like Arena. But I love the reaction from Lan to Stonewall. I love the reaction from Tato to Stonewall and Housewall. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do that. Seems obvious and it seems clear as day, but to have the correct decision making in those situations is tough sometimes. Wasn't there a King of the Desert game where Viper forgot his blacksmith for a castle? I like to think that the overlay added the points because of that. Yeah, but I noticed it right away. You know what? It might, and we'll probably end the discussion here because I didn't want to derail the whole cast with this, but it might actually be super good if you're trying to learn the game and you use this. Like, if there's a public version of this someday, which I think is their goal, that could actually be amazing for people to have. Because then they're like, oh, he's got both his buildings, and they can see it. And then maybe, you know, maybe I'm off base on this. Maybe that's also good for people who are learning the game and watching me. Right? So maybe it goes both ways. But no, in that situation as a caster, you know, that's something you check, you pick up on, you say. So yeah, by the way, that sucks. Spinus sent that the Twitch app was removed on Samsung Smart TVs. I didn't know that it was ever on Samsung Smart TVs, but I can relate. I hate it when like all these different companies don't support the programs that we use, right? It's super frustrating. Well, I'm not so sure if they can push up this hill. We've got 18 knights and 20 crossbows against 44 crossbows and some camels. Maybe without the hill, Spain could consider pushing. Such large army numbers for Monos. Argentina as a whole, 12 ahead right now. Big issue, though, is crossbows are still really, really slow. FedEx isn't contributing a lot of melee to the fights, and having ranged and melee combined is really important. Because the knights will soak up the arrow fire as Tato's crossbows, even though he has less, will get a lot of easy pickoffs. It's not easy to micro. Fortunately, Monos is Ethiopians. I would get thumb ring, I'd get armor, I'd get all the upgrades, yeah. Said that as he was doing it, but it's a very good idea to do that. Got knights. Is this good or bad for Spain? I feel like this looks like it should be very bad for Spain. What is Lan doing, though? Look what he's doing. Is that intentional? Hello? Hello? What was that? And now he engages on the crossbows. That looks like a patrol that went wrong. And Argentina B with a massive fight. Holy cow, look at the military numbers now. 77 military versus 20. Well, regardless of the patrol not working, that was an awful situation. You never want to get trapped in there. Great patience from Monos. Let's get some hypes in chat for Argentina B making this a game now. After game 1 and 2, it wasn't looking good for them. Economically, everything's really close as a whole across the board. There's also some real concerns, I'd say, long-term for Monos and FedEx. Main thing being that Tato's in a pretty good position as Vietnamese. So Tato can get rats and archers, which counter these arbs.
To streamers, but I think you deserve it. Keep up the good work.
Oh, Mr. Fabsy, thank you. Short and sweet, I like it. Just like the games have been so far, but thanks for the segue opportunity as well. Tato's adding skirms, but the skirms don't have armor upgrades yet. Monos is on the way to Imp. Guys, the best of the best
19 glorious
can maybe come back from this, but I don't see it. This just looks so difficult for Spain now. I'm surprised FedEx is engaging underneath the town centers, but think of what it's done. Crossbows and skirmisher numbers have gone down. Oh, wow. Pretty big raid over on this side. 21 knights. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This will lead to land being in a... Oh, Monos, no. Oh, no, no, no. He's got all of his military doing damage over here. But look at all the villagers going down. He was at almost 100 a moment ago. Now he has 80, and he has 30 idle. And they still can't kill the knights. Oh, oh God. They're throwing a bit. And now Tato is safe because Manos has to go home. And no, Argentina B. We wanted to believe. We all wanted to believe. Well done from land, though. Great decision to raid, knowing that Manos was on Tato. The best way to bring the enemy home, if they're attacking your ally, is to attack their base. Instead of going to help. Because if you go... What's happening? Everything's still dying! Oh my God! There's still knights in here. Holy cow. Relentless raiding. But now... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this is still a problem, though. How many resources does Monos have? Okay, Monos can get Bracer and Arb at least. And FedEx does have camels. 40 Ville's dead, though. Oh, jeez. And this guy at one point had way more villagers than everyone. Okay, Arbalest is on the way. They'll attack that stable. Tato has one castle. So he's making rats and archers. He's also going to go Imp Skirm, maybe? But I don't know if you can justify Imperial Skirms because of the camels. As I say that, he's getting Imp Skirm. Even though, yeah, Imp Skirm. I mean, rats and archers are super good against Arbalest. But then you still have the problem of Indians making camels. And FedEx is at 92 villagers. That's ahead of Tato now. It's 100 military for Argentina B. They're behind by 50 villagers, but don't you just take out TCs here? I think you take out town centers. I don't think you necessarily move. Yeah, take out the TCs. Yeah, villagers will go down. Villagers inside the TC will go down. You have Indian camels, so they'll destroy. That's a great move. And here comes Tato to save the day with Imp Skirm. Imp Skirm won't be great against the camels. Rats and archers will be pretty good there. Yep, and now all the villagers die. Now land's taking losses. This is the power of Arbalest. I think this is going to be 2-1. Argentina, and some mistakes were made, but they stayed in this. There goes land on the way to Imp. But Tato can't fight this. Tato can't fight this right now. He doesn't have Rattans yet. Not elite Rattan anyways. So forget about the scout roll. Forget about the knight roll. It's all about Arbalest and archers on these open maps. If Tato wasn't Vietnamese, they have no chance. I want to say that Spain has a 2% chance now. Because he's Vietnamese. Because he can make Imp Skirm and elite rats and archers. That would mean... Is that the MTC for land? It's not, fortunately for him. I've had a taste of that this tournament already. But still, Tato can't pressure FedEx. So, I mean, FedEx is fine. Again, they'll group up around the Skirms. Skirms can engage against the Arbs. Skirms can't engage against the Camels. And, oh, what a fight! What a crazy fight! Lannis, he's relocating his whole eco right now. Oh, man. 120 military population. And now Spain's only 20 ahead with eco. And wait a second. I think I think this was his MTC. And he had to cancel it and relocate that where he was doing the research. Because wasn't he... I don't know if Chow was paying attention, but I'm fairly certain that he would have been there already. So he restarted that upgrade. Game 4 freaking hype, man. Unless Tato can... There's nothing Tato can do. What's he have? He has 34 ranged units. Even with elite Ratons, again, it's got to be over. Spain can't trade. The trade should oh, that's funny. Land keeping some knights there. Yeah, trade should probably start now for FedEx and Monos. You need the camels here against the Ratons. Non-elite Ratons still have 8 Pierce armor. It'll be 10 with elite. As Imp. Oh my god. Imp TC. Oh, it makes me feel so good to have it happen to someone else. Woohoo! He lost another Imp TC. So now he has to go Imp again. He's got Vills. He's producing Vills in the corner on both sides. And he might be like, wow, I have a lot of resources. How did that happen? I'm really booming over here. Seems as though Mono's spotted this. And they're just going to head over here to try and defeat Lan. On one side anyways. Monos has to be a little bit careful he doesn't get caught out by these units, but... Now FedEx is imping. Are Spain really trying here? This is silly. Just call GG and go next. Just go to the next game. Land still adding villagers. Okay, Imp again. He's in this TC now. That one will probably work. I mean, guys, Tato's still making Imp skirms. Tato's getting elite Raton Archer. He's also getting coinage to sling Land back into the game. I swear to God, if Spain win this, Argentina has more eco and more military now, and Land's gonna try and wall here. Oh, tell me Land has another villager. If Land can stonewall this army in, oh my God. What if Monastery Quick Wall? That's a new one. It's still... I mean, let's see how Elite Ratons perform here. Oh my God. Again, they take 1 damage from each Arbalest. The camels are done. No way! Look at the military at the top! No way! And Monos is mispatrolling. He's not even attacking. What is happening here? I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Argentina can't throw this. They can't. They can't. It's impossible still. Like, still. Heavy camels on the way with plate barding. Land is full reboom mode over here. And will finally be an Imp. I don't know what happens in Imp, but... Okay, adding a new TC and adding a market. So for short-range trade, I suppose, so they can get gold. Tato's now pressuring with Raton Archers and Skirmishers. Tato has... Just look at the military count for Spain, and that's Tato. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Argentina did not trade, and if score means anything to you, the team score is higher now for Spain. I'm sure that would deflate the hopes and dreams of Argentina. I cannot believe what I just saw. And Land's now going to wall, so I think they will actually add markets in this corner now. And now we have heavy camels. Should be pretty decent. And but the problem, I guess, is the Arbs do so little to the Raton Archers because of the high Pierce armor. It's really all about what camels can do against Ratons. Now Imp Camel's on the way for FedEx, but FedEx only has 13 camels, and he might not have many remaining when they get there. Tato is sitting in the potential trade route. Lan is doing the same. So they know that Argentina's not trading. And Tato's going to start adding trade. There's the market in the corner for Lan. Spain's winning. I mean, let's wait till Imp Camel, but I'm so... I don't understand. This is one of the most ridiculous comebacks I've ever seen. And largely due to the strength of Tato, the rebooming of Lan, and also the power of Vietnamese. Vietnamese are no joke nowadays. Okay, Imp Camel. That means 9+4 attack. Crazy Pierce Armor. The fight happens, and Argentina, still with the total population lead, will take a very good fight here, and a fight that they should clear. Okay, so that's good. But there's a big problem for Argentina, and the problem is lack of gold. If you look down at how many they have on gold, FedEx has 14 on gold, Monos has 8 on gold. I suppose it's not that high for Tato or Lan either. But they're adding trade. They're investing into trade cards. So they're going to have plenty of gold coming in. Lan also now is going to raid with Hussars. And truthfully, with no walls for Monos, we'll have a repeat of what happened when he was in Castle Age and the Knights came in. Tato's just going to 1v2 and hold on, I guess, for the team. This is wild stuff. Hussar now for FedEx. The FedEx can add more melee units, and Hussars are good because they don't cost gold. Okay, that... See, when you try and read fights, it's completely different with Rats and Archers when they're lead. Because it feels like Rats and Archers could reasonably hold here, but that castle will be a doubt castle for now. Argentina back in it. Okay, 115 total team military for Argentina. They deny the castle. Why aren't they trading, though? Why? What time is it? 50 minutes? They're not even thinking of trade. Like, what a top 10 team would do, as we now see even a little bit of sling. So I think Tato's sending resources to land. What that top teams do is they get a lead, and then they mark it in the corners, and then they trade, and then they deny the enemy trade, so they win. But it is actually Tato and Lan trading. This is after Lan relocated his Imperial Age TC 3 times, maybe 2 times. I think 2 is still a ridiculous amount. Of course I was saying just resign, man, because nobody wins from this position. Monos and FedEx are, if they're not in the top 100 in 1v1s, they're at least in the top 150. These are really good players. We're just seeing the difference between the cream of the crop and the rest. 2% win chance. I said that to be respectful to Spain. The only reason I said 2% win percentage was because I knew that there'd be a few people who would be big Tato fanboys, and they'd be like, Tato, Tato can do it, you know? If I would have been speaking to my buddies off stream about this game, I would have said resign and save our time. And now we have a castle for Tato on the left, further denying trade. Wow. Well, Lan is only making Hussars for now. Let's check trade units. Trade units. I'm sorry, I'm new here. Where is it? Is there not something that shows trade units here? I'm also blind. Is it not this? Oh, it's there. It's because it's 0 for FedEx and Monos. I knew there'd be a number, but I was looking at the wrong team. So 9 for Tato and 4 for Lan. If it's okay with you guys, I'm actually going to keep it on that screen for a bit. Lan runs in with the Hussars to raid. Got skirmishers at home. Nah. What are skirmishers going to accomplish? This will also show the resources sent, or sorry, bought and sold. And I can't believe what we've seen here. I know it's recency bias and me saying this is one of the most ridiculous comebacks ever, but how can you disagree? And even the zebra's happy about it. Ah! He's dancing! Now, that's just disrespectful to even have the animals go for the victory dance ahead of time. That's like calling the GG for the enemy. What on earth is that? What's more broken, the game or Rats and Archers? Great fights for Argentina, though, and Argentina's still holding on. But guys, Scout Castle on the left. I know FedEx just now thought about trade because the outpost started to be placed here. Oh, and there's Hussars back here. Look at the markets from FedEx. Do they want to trade this way now? Land even walled in this gold with Palisades. These guys are playing this like they're playing tournament finals, not group stage. Like, the attention to freaking detail from Lan and Tato, unbelievable. And I'll go back to their resources now. I want to see how many they have on food. Lan's at a point now where he could start thinking about Paladin. He's not thinking about it. He's researching it. And I don't think FedEx has the gold income to make many more Imperial Camels. And if that's the case, Paladin, Ratson, Archer, Rex. Wow. The raids and the priority of focusing on those corners. I mean, this will be a dead castle for Tato. That's going to go down, and I'm sure Spain isn't super happy about that. It just feels like Land's waiting to switch in Paladin or mix in Paladin with the Hussars. I mean, the gold income is already higher for the Spaniards because of the trade, and it will only continue to grow, and that means more rats and archers. Tato's just everywhere, and I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I am... like... okay, so type a 1 in chat if you feel like it's clear as day Argentina B should have traded. Because there's a few things that need to be said about this. Everyone should be typing 1. Okay, that's fair. We all agree on that. However, can we at least agree on thinking the game was over at that point and not trading for that reason? I mean, I'm one to always play it safe. However, I can understand why they said, okay, this game is over, and just didn't trade. You know those games where I say 1 out of every 1,000 times if teams play on, they can get the win, and that's why they're trying because it's an important stage of the tournament? Do you know that quote? Because I say it a lot. This is that 1 in 1,000 game. This is it. It finally happened. Not even 1 in 1,000. It's got to be over now because there's no trade for Argentina. Redonkulous. Ridiculous. And this is where everything Monos has dies. Anything FedEx creates dies now. And the military count will end up shifting heavily. And there's a large queue for FedEx, but he's out of gold at this point. He's got, it says 9 on gold. Wait a second, maybe I'm wrong. What's happening? Everything I predict, it doesn't come to pass, all right? I'm going to be dirt poor, and I will not receive $1 million in my lap right now. Oh, damn it. It didn't work. I tried. I figured we could have Hidden Cup 4 could be a massive prize pool if that worked. I'm not going to have salmon for dinner. Ha, that worked because I'm having salmon for dinner. I know that much. Imp Camels are a sick unit. It's just, I don't think FedEx can afford to make them all the time. And update on the trade units now. Oops. Update is... look to the right. Team. 37 trade for Tato, 27 for Land. Yeah, they're getting 90 gold a trip. 90 gold a trip with that many trade carts, and it just leads to FedEx having no gold, Monos having no gold, and Spain A winning this 3-0. Skirms? Another thing I have to mention is Monos doesn't even have the 2nd or 3rd armor upgrade on the on his ranged units. But yeah, Skirms, trash units do not last against this composition. Skirms died to Paladins, and then Halberdiers died to Ratsens and Imp Skirms. I apologize if I'm not talking all the time. I'm genuinely near speechless. Even Spain, they're probably going to win this series. They didn't have to try here. They could have just resigned, and they could have just won the next game. They didn't have to turn this game into such a ridiculous fight, but they did it anyways. And GG.
It's not $1 million, but how about a Twitch Prime?
And respect to Monos. Monos says good luck next round. And the GGs come in, and that is one of the most ridiculous comebacks I've ever seen. What's this timeline look like? Ugh! How? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Look at it. Look at it. This. It doesn't make sense. Look, just. We witnessed the impossible. We witnessed the freaking impossible here. Let's get some. Okay, let's salute chat for Tato and Lan, and let's also get a few T90 throws, maybe. Slightly underused emote, but I think FedEx and Manas will be disappointed in themselves there. But still, I can understand why they wouldn't have wanted to trade when. I mean, I wish I knew what the team populations were at this stage. You could obviously go back and watch it in the video, and this will go up definitely, but just eyeballing it, if the world population is 533, that's probably like 300 or 350 population for Argentina. Like maybe 350, 360-ish, and then the rest is Spain. And if FedEx and Manos would have expanded to the corners and traded while they had that lead, they definitely win. And I think if Tato's not Vietnamese, that game's over. Rats and Archers save them. Rats and Archers with the high Pierce armor. It's the only way you can really... Like, you need an Archer which can destroy Ethiopian Arbalests, and the only Archer that exists that can do that is really the Rats and Archer. And then you need an Archer that can also take out Heavy Camel in that situation. So it's like Rats and Archers ideal. The only one that comes to mind beyond that is maybe B. Maybe the Plumed Archer. But Plumed Archers, I don't know what their Pierce armor is with full upgrades, but it's not 10. Those Ethiopian Arbs are doing 1 damage a hit. Someone says if it was a Paladin Civ instead of Indians, it's over. Honestly, to Matrix, yes. You're actually spot on about that. Yes, Imp Camels are strong, but I think Cavalier would have been so much better against the Rats and Archers in those early fights because the higher Pierce armor, correct? Well, that happens. YouTube, if you enjoyed this and you would like to see more of the 2v2 World Cup, the 2v2 World Cup is ongoing now. Well, actually, I can't say that because I don't know when you're watching this. Okay, it's spanning from the date of upload, so November of 2020 to December 20th, which is when the grand finals will be. There will be more games on YouTube from this tournament. This is just the group stage. And I'm not uploading all the group stage because there are a lot of 3-0s, and a lot of these expected teams have to work their way through the groups like the rest. So I think that's the perfect game to end on. If we started off the day with that, I would have broke mentally, physically, spiritually. It rooted me to my core. That game was so good. So I'm glad that it was the end of the video and also the end of the day for the second day in 2v2 World